Good evening, good evening, good evening. How are we doing today? Okay, we are waiting for Jason to come in. As you guys come in, definitely let us know where you're coming in from, and we'll get started shortly. So, yes. Okay, we are set up and ready to roll. As you come in, definitely let us know where you're coming in from. And okay, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, Washington, welcome. The real Tennessee. Hello, New York. Winks, how you doing? I just read an article about New York that is very. I'm seeing some positivity coming out of there. Okay, Tracy K from Georgia, welcome. Missouri, South Dakota, welcome, everybody. We are waiting a few minutes for Jason to join in. I'm hopefully he is going to be able to make it. I know he's in heavy discussion. Good evening, Ariel Mel. Hello, North Carolina. Kick me. Any highlights? Not really. But there's a few things that were. Oh yes, that we did. If you guys missed this morning, definitely go to the website, check it out. But yeah, it's a good thing that if I'm thinking right, and I may be wrong, but I'm thinking that they do have to have 60 to pass something like that. So we'll see what happens. You got your snaggletooth caught. Okay. Not 100% sure what a snaggletooth is, but I'll just go with it. And well, I might be doing this by myself. I don't know what's going on here. Well, that was stupid. I just dropped my phone. But yeah, so there's a bunch of things going on. So what I was talking about for all y'all that are from New York, so there was a survey done of voters in New York that actually voted this time around, and I think it was a pool sample of 10,000. And they asked, well, who did you guys vote for based on your previous political affiliations? And almost 61% said Republican. So that's a positive change. Yeah, I'm gonna take a picture of that and send Jason that. I know he needs a good laugh right now, and he might. Oh, I am sending that to Jason right as we speak. Tell him people are going to start assuming that he's putting on his TikTok pants if you don't show up. Maybe that will get him to go a little faster. Did I know you could drive a cement truck with no power steering? I did not know that, but then again, I haven't driven a cement truck, so I wouldn't know anything about that. Good evening, all. Okay, looks like it's gonna get a little crazy in Brooklyn Center again tonight. Yes, and a couple people are actually they reached out to me because I do have contacts with the security companies down there. They want me to provide some security for their properties. These are business owners from around the country. They they know who I am. We've done business together, so we are we are in talks, and there is a potentiality that I will be going down to set security cameras and stuff up inside these riot zones. And yes, I am being paid very, very handsomely to do so. I told him there's no way I'm going to put my life on the line and risk my life unless they are paying big money. And what they told me that they pay, I'd be glad to do so. So, yeah, it, if everything works out, there's a good chance that I will be down for a couple nights, down right inside the riot zones without any police protection. But who wants to mess with the plumber? Just another stinky crap show. So Jason said he might be able to get on later on, but right now he's not going to be able to get here for a while. So we're just gonna we're not gonna see him for a little while. Always do. See, the guys that I know down there, all of them are former military, and all of them are a lot bigger than me and have a lot darker complexion than me. So I told him, I said, if I come down there, I'm gonna need somebody to watch my back. And the guys just said, Shane, just give us a holler when you're ready. We'll give you an escort in. We'll post up. We'll be around the property, and you'll be just fine. So what I'm actually probably gonna do is be able to feed those streams. It's me, Mario. Oh, that's what I do now. Is I am a plumber by trade right now. That's what I do for a living. So, yeah, definitely. Yeah, it'll definitely be a nerve-wracking time, but that's the way it goes. So, You know, if they did that, you know what you do? You turn them in for animal cruelty. Play the left wing game on them. Because that is the definition of animal cruelty. Chop off a head just to put it on a stick. Jason could dress as Luigi and you could go as a family. It'd be humorous, but no. I've been in dangerous situations before, so I'm not too worried about it. We were working on trying to get out the door and head to Tulsa when the call came in, so when it comes to having fun and work, I will always take work over having fun. Why? I don't have a clue. I'm just a glutton for punishment, I guess. So, but it sounds like there's some twists and turns that are happening that people want to make you believe that they're just coincidence. And what do I mean by that? Well, just minutes ago, there was somebody who posted in the Signal platform that George Floyd's girlfriend was the school teacher for this Wright character. I don't know what his first name is. And I'm sorry if people that are shot and they have a criminal record and people want me to feel sorry for them. Yes, I understand that there is abuse of power and so on and so forth. Yeah, Dante. But I'm not going to go so far as to say that he didn't deserve to be shot. But the police officer, if you look at her background, she's actually been a lot fairer to blacks than she has whites. But yeah, they're trying to label her as a racist. So yeah, they're going to try her for second-degree manslaughter, and of which she probably, in this case, all of the evidence that is being painted out by the mainstream media, the evidence is pretty much overwhelming that we've seen anyways, that she will be tried, she will be convicted, and there's nothing we can say or do. You appreciate a good plumber. I have 2 vacation. Where are those vacation rentals? I'll sign a service contract with you. But yeah, I don't agree with the way the race wars are firing up. But guess what? The left is just doubling down. And we called it 3 days ago when we said that there was going to be another person shot right close to the end of the George Floyd trials, and it's gonna get chaotic. Guess what? Another person's dead at the hands of cops, and it's even further fueling the race war that's already been there. But yeah, Sally, I'm not sure where you're at, but if I was close by, I'd definitely make sure we got you taken care of. And yes, so there we go. That's so that's a company name. So yeah, I'd be wearing blue jeans and a black hooded sweatshirt going down in these areas because quite honestly, it's a lot easier to hide a pistol under a sweatshirt than it is a jacket. But yeah, anyways, what else is there today? Oh, who all seen the Biden presser? Anybody see the presser? If you have a chance, and I was actually very shocked that I stumbled upon it, but Biden was talking about people being pulled out of Afghanistan, and it was actually one of the most lucid moments that I've ever seen in a Biden press conference. Won't watch him. No, I was actually shocked. I caught the tail end of it and ran for 39 minutes. So I'm just trying to figure out how much adrenaline they had him on. So he had another press conference. I didn't see the second one. No, he didn't take any questions. Biden wouldn't hold up to questions. So okay, so when Jason finally gets on, we are going to go completely away from the news. And yeah, we're going to have some fun because Jason's dealing with some heavy crap right now. And I just pray that he's given patience because what he's dealing with definitely needs patience. But we're going to lighten his mood a little bit once we're done here, or once he's able to actually jump on. Did I see where the Dems are trying to add 4 more seats to the Supreme Court? Yeah. Unfortunately, they're going to need 60 votes to get that passed. So I don't really see that as happening. In the last, I'm going to check real quick. Yeah, so the last time the Supreme Court actually expanded was in 1837. And it went from 7 members to 9 members. So we've had it for over 100 years this way. So I think we need to just leave it. I'm going to give a shout out to Proud Patriot because she sent me a video that I've been looking for a while. If you guys are on the Signal platform, you can see it. If not, I will post a link for you guys to go check it out because I believe that people need to see it. It's worth watching. So give me a second. Let me grab that video clip. Or let me grab it and I'll send it over. And then hold on a second. Why can't you comment on YouTube? I don't know. That's weird. I will have to check in on that and see what's going on. But yeah, sorry guys, I'm sending it to my email right now as we speak. So I can post that link. That's a nice thing about people posting to my phone or sending it via text, because now I can't pull it up. And I will see what's going on YouTube in just a second. Okay, let's quick run over to YouTube and see why the world is not allowing people to post. That would explain why people are not commenting. Yeah, it's not showing why. Yeah, it's not showing why. So let me see if there's a setting that got changed. Yeah. It's showing that all the comments and everything should be turned on. So I don't know what's going on. It looks like, yeah. Thank you, Daydream. Hello, Swing South. How you doing? And so, hello, Mandy. Welcome. Yeah, so we're really looking into doing a few things. So just so you guys are aware, I did take another job as well, and I am still going to try to do 2 shows a day. And what the hours and days and stuff like that for days off and what the exact hours are, I'm not 100% certain yet. So as soon as I find out, I will let you guys know. I might do a later show. We'll see what happens. But it might end up being where I do an earlier show and a late show as well. So Good evening, Josh. Welcome. But yeah, so we're going to be making a few changes. Where Jason and I are talking as well. So hopefully we can get something worked out so we can eat up and make sure that we stay as consistent as we possibly can. So, hello, Cat Six, and guys. I know we have a lot of prayer warriors on here, but we definitely want to give a shout out to Amanda and her husband. They need the prayers of everybody. Amanda's husband and her, it seems like, are both battling COVID, and from the report. So I will read what we received earlier today from her, just kind of updating people as to what's going on with her husband. Let me pull it up. So, yeah, I apologize. I'm not as prepared as I normally am. So, okay. Yes, Winks. It is. He is doing better. They lowered his oxygen today. Still has a long ways to go because his oxygen drops into the 70s when he's up and moving. That definitely needs to improve before he can come home. And then in response to, she also got sick, and I hope that she is listening. But a little update with her. She she said, my son and I both feel awful, but I'm much worse than he is. Luckily, my lungs are good, and I'm taking all my vitamins and drinking a lot. This is brutal, though. Certainly not like any sickness I've ever experienced. Please keep the prayers coming. They are working. So, guys, real lives, real people being affected by something that is not a fun bug to have. When you're talking about a bug, and is it SARS-CoV that kills you? No, it's the different diseases that attaches itself and manifests themselves through these disease processes, such as like pneumonia. So it exacerbates a lot of these conditions and it makes them worse. So we would definitely want to make sure that people, you guys need to stay healthy. You, we're just average people, and we want to make sure that everybody in their house is taken care of. And because I know they're sick and I know they're not doing the greatest, I don't care if you guys order from me, but I am gonna tell you, go find the Awakened Patriot on Etsy and order something, because quite honestly, there that's this is for Amanda. Amanda and her family, that is money that they are able to live on, because both her and her husband now are out of work because of this sickness. So we want to make sure that we try to help support. And for myself, I'm going to be I'm purchasing 15 different shirts. So I think I'm gonna do what I can to help out as well. So I'm gonna see if I can't pull. So yes, we are going to take this copy. Guys, we want to make sure that we take care of people, because United, there's United, we are a lot stronger than we are divided. Looking at Amanda's Etsy business, she has some awesome t-shirts. I will be placing an order and sharing with friends and family. Good. This People like her deserve to have attention given to them. And I mean, just I know we have several people on here who have family members that they take care of. And if there's anything that we can do to help you guys out, definitely let us know. This Normally I am not one to plug a whole lot of people's products, but we were all on the live a week ago when her husband was coughing up blood. Now to see that she has it, we want to make sure that we help out as much as we possibly can. So, and it's always nice to have be sick and wake up and realize that, you know what, people cared enough that they still ordered something, they still pushed and did something to help you out. She's just, in my opinion, she's one of those people who absolutely deserves it. So yes, and I don't know, did you guys see the picture that I posted on Signal of the shirt that I got from Amanda? I'm gonna I'm gonna send this to my email. And we're gonna pull it up on the screen because I absolutely love the shirt. So so I don't know how easy it is for you guys to see that, but it says when tyranny becomes law, rebellion becomes. Yeah, it helps if I know what the whole saying is, but it says when tyranny becomes law, rebellion becomes duty. And then the Roman numeral 3 in 1970 or 1776. So, and it is Bella Canvas shirts. They are some of the best quality shirts that you can buy. So, yes, do it as a favor for her. I know she didn't text me or nothing and say, hey, can you plug me shirts? No. If she knew I was doing this, she would probably be like, why, Shane? Why are you doing this? This is my way of giving back to you, Amanda. Keep doing what you're doing. And I mean, we are all this George Floyd tension and all this BS that's going on in politics. It's going to take time to game out. There's a lot of things that have to fall. If you notice, nobody's talking about Cuomo. Nobody's talking about Gavin Newsom. They're talking about these riots, and that's it. Why? When you want something to disappear, what do? Create a fake narrative and move on. Parrot that fake narrative because that fake narrative is going to override any negative press that you're going to get. And I have a friend of mine who is working to build the list of 100. There's 100 corporations in the United States that have went to the woke doctrine. We are getting a list compiled, and we will have that list on our website so people know what to protest and who to protest or not shop through. I know I'm guilty of shopping through Amazon, and you guys can call me a hypocrite for that, but such is life when you live in the Midwest. You only have select options. But I think you can actually be very careful and all that and show. Be careful who you purchase from on like Amazon and stuff like that. Know that sometimes conservatives do post their stuff there. You just have to research them. But yeah, Ben and Jerry's, don't order them. It was my dad's favorite ice cream until things got leery. Starbucks, I won't even. My wife gets Starbucks stuff every now and again. When she's out shopping, she'll get the Frappuccinos in the bottles. But as far as going to the actual Starbucks store, Starbucks is banned. Other than that, it's banned in this household. We don't go there. Wayfair, I've never shopped through Wayfair. at all. Coke, no Coke products are allowed in our house. So yeah, but yeah, my wife shops Amazon. I am very rarely on Amazon. So yeah, sports. I don't have a TV. I don't understand sports anyways. So why would I watch them? So, but yeah, he must be having some pretty deep discussions. I'm yeah. We'll see how things shake out. Hopefully things cool off for him. But yeah. Anyways, I know you guys have stuff on your mind, so what else would you like to talk about besides what I've rambled on about for a while? Oh yeah. All for taking the guns until it involves something that they're acutely aware of. And it's a crying shame. But okay, Grumpy Grandpa, the border. Let's see what we have going on. So, not seeing a whole lot going on the border, but ooh, this this is actually so. I will circle back to that one, Grumpy Grandpa, because I'm just not seeing a whole lot there. But did we circle back to the Dante thing I posted earlier? So that that whole thing. So George Floyd's girlfriend was the teacher to this Dante Wright, and they were killed 10 miles apart in the exact same circumstances. Things that make you go hum. Why? And I'm not. I'm not gonna speculate on going down the rabbit hole of the conspiracy theory that they're somehow interconnected. I would never do that. But things that make you go hum. Yeah, connection where Chauvin was a bouncer too. The guy was a frequent there. Things that make you go hum. What's really going on? So the governor can allow all these poor children to be put in harm's way. Does that mean sex? That is a $1 million question right there. Under federal law, under state laws, that is not legal. However, the way they're going about things, making it sound like it is. Okay, I understand what you're saying. No. So pink, there could have been iron oxide, there could have been aluminum oxide. There could have been a lot of different things that were in the actual tails and the smoke trails. We don't know. Is it suspicious? Yes. I would say it's more than likely cloud seeding. I've heard the same thing, unconfirmed though, so I don't run with that. Biden needs more hair to sniff. Yeah, he's running out of young interns at the in the office. So could have been a gender reveal too. Okay, so heard anything about the Georgia audit being stopped? Saw a post and signal that was the title, but haven't had to check. Haven't had the time to check it out. It's from Beezy. It did not sound like that was the case. So mention the connection to your husband and then regretted it. You never learn. You reference conspiracy theory. He's an intelligent person, but he's testing my patience. Guess what? That's all of our relatives. We're all a bunch of conspiracy theorists. That's all of us. Welcome to the club. I know there are some people who and squirrely. I did see your question earlier, but I don't go down that road. And when it comes to stuff like that, it is very funny. He did write an amazing letter to our son's school speaking up about mass, etc. So we will see where that goes. Little steps. He doesn't agree with any of this. Uh, has he listened to any of my broadcasts at all? I'm just curious because it sounds like he's hearing a little bit, but the rest of the conjecture and the stuff that goes along with it, he's not 100% on board with. So, but yeah, leading a double life We all do. My wife, quasi liberal. So I know what you're feeling. Quite honestly, somebody asked her who she voted for in her family, and she said Trump. And they're like, well, why did you vote for Trump? Because my husband told me to. True story. My wife asked me, she's like, well, why wouldn't I vote for the first female president? And I looked at her and I said, well, you know that she supports murdering babies, right? What? No? She did 2 minutes worth of research and oh my word, I'll never support her. And that is about the most conservative statement you'll ever hear out of my wife's mouth is that she's pro life. And no, she can't stand by it. Both elections that she was able to vote in, she voted for Trump. And anybody that asked her is because her husband told her so. That's what her husband's saying. But Mike Janko says, I don't care what Mike Janko says. There's a lot of people. Like I said before, bullshit spreads a lot faster than anything truthful. And if I wanted to go down the road of every other channel on YouTube, I could go down that road and probably have 100,000 followers by now. Guess what? I don't care about the followers. I don't care about the fame. I don't care about the fortune because guess what? I have, if people really want to know how much I've brought in since the very beginning of this whole broadcasting, I spent several thousands of dollars and I have brought in $700 total. So I have not even broke even. And I don't care. It's not about the money to me. People think that this is about the money, the fame, the fortune, the followers. It's not. It's about getting information out. Awesome. Because he is hearing, if he's writing letters to the school, he's hearing what's being said. So he may not agree with exactly 100% of what I say. I don't care. But he's doing what we have been talking about from day one. Just because it's repeated, it could be repeated 10,000 times. Guess what? Once a lie, always a lie. So yeah, does this platform pay me any money? It goes to replace everything. Anything that comes in goes straight to replacing the money that was spent to set this whole thing up, and that's it. I don't, not a dime more. I haven't even came close to breaking even. So it's not about the money for me. But yeah, there's a lot of people that just don't care. And for me, I enjoy doing this. It just is what it is. But yeah, I will do what I can to get more information in regards to the border and go from there. It looks like we probably will not see anything of Jason tonight, unfortunately. Huh. Give me a second. Yeah. I try to keep things clean. I'm gonna look something up real quick. Yeah. How's it going, Sam? Okie and Piedmont, welcome. Glad to see that you're here. Hello, everybody. So, yeah. Uh, Sally, I'm glad. Quite honestly, that it's kind of a culture shock because, quite honestly, if 10 years ago you would have told me that the government was as corrupt as it is, I would have said no. You can't be talking about the same government that I've worked for, the people that I know I've worked for. I would just discount everything because guess what? My head was as far in the sand as everybody else's was. So so yeah, I am I try to do I try to do what I can to keep things clean. Sometimes we just go sometimes I just like to take the swan dive off the deep end and go way out in the Doolies. It was a good hard day, but a good day. One of those days that remind you why you are a nurse. You know those days are few and far between some days, but you take them when you have them. Just remember the yoga pants, the TikTok yoga pants. Those are not appropriate nursing uniform. Just so you're aware. Family thinks that I am a nut. They view what I believe about the elections as a conspiracy. It's hard to face this. Yeah, it is. And you know, it's hard to really talk to people about it because they don't really understand the full scope of what happened. And if you actually look at the full scope and you have the ability to access the records and take what you know is going on and break it down for them to understand is a lot easier, which is why we put the resources page on the website, patriotnewsnetwork.us. There's a resources page. You could go to Pacer, you could go, and we're posting links as we come across them so people can actually access the information that we show you. So, no yoga nursing, and yes, y'all can ask questions, but I warn you, I am driving, so I may not be able to get to them. Sam, be safe. You know, the speed limit where you're at is 70 or under. You don't need to be going over. Okay, let me pull that up real quick. And we will and so if you're looking for the resource page, if there's stuff that we don't have in there and you guys come across as credible sources, definitely let us know. And just as a heads up, if you look down that list, we do not have Real Raw News as a credible source because it's fake. It is not credible. The guy who writes the articles, he specifically says it's clickbait. So my dad had a horrible vertigo today. He was literally flat on his back in the driveway. Is there anything you can recommend that would help with those? The vertigo attacks. And yeah, craziness. Standing up for what is right is not always the easy path. That's why so many people get lost in the BS. And that is 100% an accurate statement. And quite honestly, a lot of people get caught up in the BS and they think that they know what's going on and it's not 100% accurate. Good evening, proud patriot. Glad to see you're here. So, head CT scan. I would agree with that. You catch that DSLJ 55. You definitely want to get that checked out. So, but yeah. Anyways, no, and I'm not. I agree not trying to be a jerk. Totally serious. The first step, if he had a bad vertical attack that was strong enough to knock him to the ground, is to get a CT in the head. Yeah. You always want to do that, especially with older patients. So, Sam, she said he has had them before. I thank you very much for the advice. And as for your last post, there's there is a path, but it's going to be a long one. And it's not going to be an easy one. There's still a lot of open court cases, a lot of things that are still going on. So, but yeah, there is a path. Sam Broad wants to ask a COVID question. Go ahead, Proud, and I will pull it up. And she's driving, so she will do what she can to answer it. Well, you started in the right place. And yep, it is a path that involves sticking together and actually sticking through what you can actually verify. Tangible evidence. That's the biggest thing. If you could verify tangible evidence, now you're actually going down the right road and having a tangible action plan. Because yeah. Again, going back to that question in regards to your father, DSLJ, right there's your answer. Well, let's take a look. I am working to I'm give me a second, guys. I am okay. Okay, I am looking at. I'm Yeah, that's we did share that video with the group Proud earlier. That's that one that you sent me. And yes, I am actually going to post this link on the website itself as well. So yeah, I think South Dakota is pretty close to you in those numbers. So, but guys, as much as I love being out here, hello, Okie Gal. Yeah, sometimes it feels really good at first to throw stuff back in people's faces. Guess what? The backhand bites too. But just like everything, just like every night, we say that there are things that we need to talk about. We need to discuss. We need to really hammer on. I might. Oh, proud. Sam is. I want to make sure I get to this before we go off. Did she miss your question? Proud. Is that your question or your comment or? I guess I want to make sure that if you have a question for Sam that we get it answered. So I'm trying to defend myself for not getting the jab. I've had a long. Um, I know that's a case by case, but and if anybody is looking for a link to the Signal group, let me know. Send me a whisper, whatever, and we'll get you a link over to you. And yeah, like just about everybody has said, um, that is a personal choice. If you have lung issues, if you have health issues, I always strongly recommend that people consult with their doctors. In this case, don't become a lab rat. Use your brain. Think about it. Consult with people that you trust to have your best interest at hand. Does anybody believe that the COVID cases are going up? No. There is Sam's answer to that. Okay. Blue Skies and Biscuits, feel free and reach out to me. I don't know if you're on Signal. If you are, reach out and we can have that conversation. And I will do my best to get you the information that you need to be armed with before going to bat on something like that. Yeah, in all reality, there's just too many unknowns, especially with it being experimental. Blue Skies and Biscuits. If you have Signal, you can reach me there, or if you send me a whisper on Twitch, I will get you a link so you can get a hold of me as well. Or you can email me at admin at patriotnewsnetwork.us. Walk with no, yeah. And quite honestly, most of your and you know what? With give me just a second, and I'm going to ask permission to read something. Okay. Sally, if you could read your messages and let me know. Okay. So I'm going to read a message that was given in a form of a letter to a school district, wherever this individual lives. But I'm gonna read this because I think it's very. I quickly read through it. I thought it was very well worded, but here it goes. Is there a department within the school district that is in charge of deciding on making our children wear a mask? Enough is enough of this nonsense, and I'm going to organize a movement or a legal case for my child not to wear a mask, as it is unhealthy for him physically, mentally, and spiritually. I do have a law degree and understand that this is unlawful on many levels. We have all played this game long enough, and it is harming our children and our society as a whole. I'm a math guy, owning my own mortgage company for 26 plus years. So I look at everything based on percentages. Below are percentage facts. It is proven that the COVID 19 numbers are overinflated with false readings or misdiagnosed that are published by up to around 38%. I won't even factor that in with the below percentage factors. However, even with the current published numbers, we as adults are 0.00167% likely to die of COVID-19 in the United States. Now, that's 80% of those numbers have been proven to have been underlying conditions are older than 85 plus years old. That makes healthy adults likely to die of COVID 19 with a factor of 0.00025. Now, the factor of kids to die from the virus is 0.03% of the number above. That brings the percentage rate of child to die of this virus to 0.0000075%. There are numerous medical studies that wearing a mask is unhealthy and actually make the spread of the virus worse and more harmful. However, I will even state the CDC guidelines state that 0.5% to 1.7% that the N95 mask is probably effective or is possibly effective to prevent the spread of the virus with no real factual data. This is an N95 mask with less than 0.5% of the population that even wear that type of mask. Furthermore, I am presuming most or all of your staff is now vaccinated, even though I won't even get into those statistics as it makes the catching and to die of this virus percentages absolutely nonsense to even discuss. These are, of course, many other factors based on bringing these number or percentages even lower. However, it just brings up more nonsense and counterproductive as the numbers above clearly support wearing a mask is complete nonsense. So, based on all my medical research, data research, and our belief in Jesus, our God, I do not want my child to wear a mask any longer due to his physical health, mental health, or spiritual health. Our children and all of us have suffered and played along with this nonsense long enough. Enough is enough, and we need to begin to put our foot down to all of this fear manipulation and false control over data that does not support it. Amen. You know what? I like this letter so much that I am going to take this and tweak it a little bit so we can actually send it to our local leaders, our school boards, our congresspeople, our state congresspeople, all the way to the federal level. And then we will post that up on the website for each and every single person to fill out as a job form. So yes, we will get that up for the website as quickly as we possibly can. Give me a second, and I sent you a message, Blue Skies and Biscuits. So yeah, we will do everything we can to make sure that you guys have that resource on the resource page. And it is now time to start fighting back. I know I'm lagging a little bit, but that's fine. But yes, definitely we will get this put up. And I do appreciate you, Sally, for sending that to me. And I will get that set up as a job form so people can actually fill in their elected representatives' names and all that stuff and submit it right to them. So As always, when we wrap our show, you guys have a pen and a microphone. Use them. The silent majority can no longer stay silent. God bless you guys. God bless the United States of America. And good night.